Hello, you gorgeous people out there in the internet world. We're back again watching more Failbit. Failbit, the worst person on the internet videos. Let's get into it. Today's video is called His Only Insult. Let's indulge ourselves.
Support the content via contributions. How can you do that? Well, if you're on the years old.
For anyone who is unfamiliar with the content of Failbit here, he legitimately does. I actually said this to another person, I think on a WPIG live stream, or another live stream, perhaps it might have been Ibega's, about Failbit having a complete inability to instigate conversation. I'm really showing my age here now. But back in the day, when we used instant messaging services like MSN and ICQ and things of that nature, you talk to people, in this case usually girls, I'll use a more contemporary reference, would be like on a dating app, and all they say is hi. There's no attempt to, conversate. And Failbit is that. Failbit has no capacity for interests. Like, he is just so boring. It's truly fascinating to witness, actually. Oh, look at that sexiness. I am barring up as we speak right now, people. Oof.
Even this arm looks small when it's that perspective, but then when you bring it to the front, the actual side.
Look at those. Look at that alcoholic frame. Oh, that complete absence of bicep hypertrophy. Oh, does things to my waters, I tell you.
See?
He's fucking. I reckon he's drunk in this video, actually.
It's all about perspective.
It's just all about perspective, don't you know? I'm really ripped.
People sit here like they're morons. Oh, his tiny noodle arm. No, you're retarded. You don't understand how a fucking camera works.
Actually, I really wanted to show people what I was looking for.
Oh my
God. That shit's funny.
4 fucking seconds! It took you 4 fucking seconds to piss me off again!
Wow, that's... Yep. Yeah, anyways, alright, so, yeah, that was a complete and utter fail. So my point is that Failbit was and always is that complete and utter awkward loser that you all knew in high school, who was fixated on a particular thing that no one else gave 2 shits about. And, actually, I will show you one other thing, actually. Basically, what I was trying to illustrate was that Failbit is that guy in high school who never had any capacity, and we say college as well, never had any capacity to actually be liked by anyone. He only sort of hung out with absolute freaks and weirdos because he himself was a total freak and weirdo, and he couldn't associate with anyone else because he was an only child and his parents could lavish money upon him. And that's quite evident and realistically in a lot of the things he does and says.
College, right? It's got that weird vibe in the air. That's just what happens when you have a lot of electronics in a confined area.
So this fucknut had to explain to his audience the heat that is generated by electronics.
Area, right? So you need to have space for that. You know, like you're not supposed to.
This dude has fucking literally nothing to fucking talk about. He is the most boring orator I've ever fucking heard in my life. This dude talks about nothing constantly.
Have that in a closet. You need to have that in like an aerated area. So the bigger the room, the better. But the bigger the room you have, the more echo you create. You know what I'm saying? So, and let's be honest, a residential house is not built for soundproof.
It's the house that I bought. The conjoined townhouse that I bought.
back in 2001 just doesn't have the capacity to be soundproofed. No, just the house has nothing working in it, so I don't want to do anything else to make the house not work. Despite the fact that I made a video several months ago recalling how I fixed the toilet.
It's not. It's meant
it's
for,
not. No, it's not.
People to live in normally, a bedroom or whatever. When they built these homes, they're not thinking about, how do we make it so that sound doesn't travel? So,
I imagine they would have done realistically, bro, because architects been around for ever. So
that's correct.
So it's just the throwing the arms up shits me to tears as well. It's like, dude, like, why is everything such an insurmountable task for this man? This apparent 43-year-old baby man. Like, it's...
Let alone the insane amount of heat generated by my 4 wrist rests. Because I have the wrist rest here for the...
Then don't have 4 fucking wrist rests, dude. Like, I thought it was quite evident, you retard. Like,
keyboard, the wrist rest for the mouse, the wrist rest for the keyboard, and the wrist rest for the mouse. You guys have not actually seen the final setup. Like the content, please click that like button. Now, engagement is also critical, meaning talking in the chat, interacting with me as I play the game today, leaving comments on said videos about the gameplay. All of that, okay? So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is boring as shit. Like,
she's like 5 years old. 5 years old.
The only insult Filbert ever has for anything and anyone is "you are retarded." He always attacks people's perceived deficiencies. Now, we all know that the wheelchair brigade are all legitimately mentally, disabled, which is why they appeal to Phil so much. Because his content appeals to the retards, the mongs of the world. Now, Filbert is one of those dudes who you knew in high school and university, or college, whatever the fuck you Americans call it, who didn't have. Well, I'm sure Filbert. We know Filbert has a father, but his father's, I would say, pretty ashamed of him, and who didn't have any actual positive male role models growing up, and doesn't know how to deal with conflict at all. This has been corroborated several times when there's the recall from John Rambo and Howard and I'm going to say Jaha and some of the FGC guys when they confronted Filbert on his shit behavior. He just cowered like a little bitch. But he doesn't know how to confront legitimate conflict. So all he does is call his enemies, I suppose, enemies or his perceived criticizers as retards, because to him, and even though I legitimately believe Filbert has an IQ of actual 90, that is the greatest insult, because that's what he was called a lot, like a lot. We know that he was bullied pretty, I would say, relentlessly in high school. I mean, I think he could have been bullied more realistically, but here we are. So, because we know that he was called Phil with the odd-shaped head, which he has admitted several times on stream, which I think is pretty fucking funny. But he never grew out of that. He never saw fit to go, you know what? I've been clinging to this shit belief for long enough. It's time to move on. Excuse me, I'm just going to open a window. It's very warm in here. My PC is in need of replacing. It's certainly struggling with having so many things open. Even though I have 32 gigs of RAM, it's struggling quite a bit with certain resource-heavy things. So Filbert, excuse me again. Filbert doesn't know how to manage conflict in any sort of meaningful way, and that's why whenever he's obsessed with "I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry," like when he was apologizing to Kat after he was masturbating and called he called wings. That's pathetic, but realistically, and this is why I believe he gets drunk chronically, because of such persistent insecurity. he hates himself, he hates his life, but he's not willing to actually, like, he's not willing to take the necessary steps to improve literally anything. But then he'll sit there and say to his mongs, his mong patrol, oh, but I'm so successful. Poverty indicates failure, and because you criticize me, you are poor, which is a complete absurd leap of logic, realistically. Look at all that.
That's correct. I would never, ever, under any circumstances, I would never.
And I just think I think he fundamentally doesn't understand humor, and I think that and you can say he's fucking autistic and what have you, and it's possible, but I think that's too easy of an excuse. I just think he's just an absolute, like, an actual retard. I think he's an actual 90 IQ retard who doesn't understand social conventions, doesn't understand anything really to be productive. And this is a fine example of that.
Flex on stream. Never would I do such a thing.
We know that he has alcoholic arms. Like, I'm surprised he doesn't have the ascites gut yet at all, because we know he has, he's in the stage of liver failure. It's quite obvious. But this is a feeble attempt to show his criticize detractors that he's a big, strong man. He can fight them. Even though we all know in the occasions where Filbert was physically threatened, he literally cried like a bitch. What was the other one? What was the other one where? Who did he email? I think it was Jaha. It was some pathetic attempt, like he emailed Jaha. I think it was Jaha. Yeah, Jaha. Who emailed someone at the very least, and it was going to be some publicized fight, and Filbert was going to be like, "Oh, let's throw the match, and you punch him in the balls, and it's going to be very, very funny." Like, even then, he tried to bitch out of it, and it was made public. He's such a pathetic man. He really is.
See, even this arm looks small when it's that perspective, but then when you bring it to the front, the actual size, see, it's all about perspective. And then people sit here like they're morons. Oh, his tiny noodle arm. No, you're retarded. You don't understand how a fucking camera works. You're like 5 years old.
Okay. To assert that because someone finds his admittedly small and weakly and sickly looking, that is a retard, is a real stretch. Yes, I love me, Jin. Oh, Jesus.
How much do I bench? My benching has nothing to do with the arm size. What are you talking about? Benching is...
Now, I think we can all pretty much determine that this man doesn't bench. I mean, look at the complete absence of any pec development, and there's this complete absence of any upper pecs as well. So this man does not bench at all. See, interesting how he refuses to recall certain things, but other things he'll fucking repeat 4 or 5 times in the same strain.
This is great. Speaking of that call with Wings, why could we hear what sounded like ice clinking inside of a glass? Gin and tonic? No, that's your retardation talking. There was no drink at all.
See, again, my previous point being that any criticism of him is considered retardation. Like, that's his only insult. He couldn't just say no, there was no, I wasn't drinking at the time. But we know that he has to try and control the narrative in such a desperate way that he's going to call the accuser a retard.
I was in bed, and I got out of bed and walked across the hallway to this room and was literally just sitting right here.
Now, again, try to add legitimacy. I was sitting literally just here. Why don't you believe me? And I was masturbating, but no one... So, again, cast doubt on the original accusation of, ice being in a glass. But Phil has to insult. Because he takes it as an insult, you see.
Talking on the phone. There's no drink in here. Maybe you heard a fan or something, but that...
Yes, a fan. Sounds like clinking of ice in a glass. Totally. You're so smart, Phil.
That's your stupidity. Sorry that you're dumb.
See, it's just this backhanded attempts at being offensive. God, he's pathetic. And he has to laugh about it because that's the greatest insult to him. God, this Filbert, it reminds me of one of those people who I've seen so frequently in my profession who fucking hates their job. They hate their life. But they're very comfortable doing this. Like, they offer nothing useful or good to the workplace. But they're just so used to that position, they don't have any intention to move on. So they make everyone else's life an absolute misery around them.
Umagari is a horror fishing game. Interesting. There's also Dredge, which we tried and haven't played since. We could bring that back.
Do we love the polo? Is that a cardigan? I would say a cardigan without a t-shirt on underneath. Yeah, attractive, bro.
At some point too, people.
He's a very hairless man, and the rest of his body too. Well, it would appear he's a very hairless man. Like, I reckon he's almost got Cushing syndrome.
Wanted it. No, exactly. People person says, I know you mentioned you may consider Metal Gear Solid 4 because the new collection's coming out, but I must remind you, you never redeemed Metal Gear Solid 1. A way better, again, by the way, much more balanced. Sad Volume 2 doesn't include Metal Gear Acid.
Oh, who gives a shit? God damn. All right.
Thank you, Caterade, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. This is just one of the many symptoms of that, is that these humans exist to exist, not to actually think.
Exactly like him. Exactly as Filbert acts. This is the most mentally empty man to exist.
So, thank you, Caterade, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Yes, I do listen to myself. And if you are listening to this and you're saying, oh, this sounds, not good, it's because you're one of the idiots. Ah! Thank you, Secret Rain, for a $2 super chat. Luck of the...
I've got to say, like, no, I am from Australia. I have particularly strong Irish heritage in my family, and I could not give less of a shit about St. Patrick's Day because no cunt has any money to, indulge in such an event. So...
The Irish to you. He says, I heard it hitting the heavy bag. It feels bad. Oh, so you were... Oh, all right. That's different. I thought you were lifting weights. No, I couldn't understand that. If you were actually striking and then you pull a muscle, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope it feels better. I don't have a heavy bag or anything like that. Maybe that is something I'll do eventually.
You won't.
Maybe once we get to the whole home gym situation and I get...
Yeah. Why is he talking about a home gym? I really legitimately wonder, when we know that he lied about having multiple, exotic animals in his house, and he is not allowed those apparently under his, homeowners association, but he had it, and why would this dipshit ever use a home gym? Why?
Get like a weight machine? Maybe I would get a heavy bag.
Now tell me people, I should love to hear, what's a weight machine? A weight machine. Okay, that sounds like totally a thing, Filbert.
Bag too. And that way I can practice cardio, striking and everything. Yeah. Cool. Chris, how are you? It's good to see you here today. Okay. Are we doing another Slay the Spire stream? Yeah, Friday. Friday's daytime stream is Slay the Spire. I told you, I like the game. I don't care that I can't get...
He likes it because the chat is carrying him to play the fucking game.
Completely. So you don't even know what it looks like. It's crazy, man. Let me tell you. Everywhere I go, my wrists are rested. Any position, my wrists are fully rested everywhere. The chair here is resting. Here it's resting. Oh, I have the most comfy wrists of any streamer.
He has, like, total fag hands. Like, the man, like... Oh, they are some gay hands. Wow.
It's awesome. I could. That is true. I have so many wrist rests. I could have a wrist rest for my wrist rest. Like, I could do this. Ready? See that? So now, my wrist is rested, but the wrist rest is also rested. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that one. Now we're talking. Now we got some
highbrow humor, people. Wow, isn't this worth the money?
Exciting ideas going on here on the show. That's why I do the show every day, because you guys share
Because you're an absolute retard, doesn't know how to manage any money.
Some of the most big-brained ideas I've ever heard. Thank you so much for that one. Okay. All right, well, guys.
Interesting. This one has editing. Very interesting. Very interesting.
It's been a fun half hour of messing around talking about the topics I wanted to talk about. Let's now just open the show up to Q&A.
Oh, fucking hell. Who asks these questions of this dipshit? Who?
Let's see what's on your mind. If the show goes the normal length, great. If it goes short, great. If it goes long, whatever. But I do want to play Slay the Spire as a major stream today. I'm disappointed that I didn't get to play it as much as I wanted to.
Oh, Christ.
I had to do a clearing, and I muted it. So if it's something that I feel coming and I can play
Okay, yeah. Now let's talk about the fucking factors to sinus congestion. Oh, another one. Anyways, I think this is going to have to do. I just all I can really tolerate about this retard right now. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll make more content again very soon. I must also give a mention to my new subscribers. I really appreciate all of you. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye for now.